lovely leather straps. I've got my eye on that one, actually.
It's not really Drew's cup of tea.
Rebecca Prichard vanished from salvage hunters without warning. But what really happened behind the scenes? Rumors suggest a heartbreaking twist that changed everything. From fame and success to unexpected silence, fans are still piecing it all together. Could a personal tragedy be the reason she disappeared? Let's uncover the truth. Rebecca Prichard was one of the most recognizable faces on salvage hunters. Her calm, intelligent presence balanced out Drew's high-energy treasure hunts. But then, without warning, she was gone. No farewell scene, no on-screen goodbye, just missing from episodes where viewers expected her insight and evaluations. Fans noticed quickly. Message boards lit up. Social media was full of speculation. Where did Rebecca go? At first, people assumed it might be a temporary absence. Maybe she was taking a break. But as new episodes rolled out and her chair remained empty, curiosity turned into concern. The silence from the production team only deepened the mystery. What had happened behind the scenes? Has there been a falling out? Or was it something more personal that caused her to step back? No one could say for sure. But one thing was certain. Her disappearance left viewers with more questions than answers. Long before the show hit its peak, Rebecca and Drew were more than just co-stars. They were a team. She brought a sharp business mind, a deep understanding of antiques, and years of fashion and retail experience. Together, they were an unbeatable duo. While Drew traveled to find the pieces, Rebecca evaluated them, priced them, and ensured the deals made business sense. Their chemistry was undeniable. Viewers admired the way they worked in sync, especially during tough negotiations or challenging restorations. Rebecca's grounded energy brought stability to the fast-paced salvage world Drew thrived in. They complemented each other both on-screen and behind the scenes. It's part of what made her exit feel so abrupt. They'd built something strong, and just like that, it shifted. But fans didn't realize that change was already quietly happening, hidden behind the scenes long before the cameras stopped rolling on their partnership. Although there was no public drama, subtle signs hinted at change. Viewers noticed Rebecca was appearing less frequently, and when she was on screen, there was a quiet distance. Some even picked up on a slightly more reserved tone, as if something had shifted behind the scenes. Then in 2016, she quietly disappeared from the show altogether. No announcement, no update, just absence. A year later, it was revealed that Drew and Rebecca had finalized their divorce. The news wasn't dramatic, but it was telling. After years of working closely together, the pair had decided to go their separate ways. But was the divorce the real reason behind her exit, or had the decision been made earlier, with the split simply confirming what was already in motion? That's where speculation really began. What happened off-screen stayed a mystery, but the timing suggested that the professional and personal cracks may have run deeper than anyone knew. Rebecca and Drew had shared more than a screen. They'd built a business, a family, and a name in the world of antiques. When they decided to part ways, it was done quietly and respectfully. There were no media outbursts, no heated interviews, just a quiet confirmation that the pair had finalized their divorce. What stood out, though, was how seamlessly Rebecca stepped away from the spotlight after their separation. While Drew continued hosting and expanding his brand with spin-offs and new series, Rebecca stayed in the background. She kept a low profile, focusing on work behind the scenes and co-parenting their son. Fans couldn't help but wonder if their split had caused more than just emotional distance. Had Rebecca lost her passion for the show, or did she simply need space to reset, to find her footing again without the cameras constantly rolling? The truth remains between them. But the shift was undeniable. After stepping back from salvage hunters, Rebecca practically vanished from the public eye. No social media presence, no interviews, no public updates about her career. It was as if she chose to unplug from the fast-paced world of television altogether. But for someone who had once helped shape a popular series and an entire business, her sudden quiet raised even more curiosity. Was it burnout? Or perhaps a decision to start fresh without the pressures of filming schedules and media attention? Interestingly, Drew's career continued to rise. He appeared in multiple spin-offs, traveled across the UK and Europe, and shared his adventures online. Meanwhile, Rebecca seemed to prefer privacy. Those who knew her spoke of her professionalism, calm demeanor, and business sense. It's possible that after years of being in the spotlight, she simply decided to return to what she loved, antiques, without the added pressure of TV fame. As more time passed, fans started sharing their own theories. Some claimed Rebecca left due to creative disagreements. Perhaps the show's direction no longer matched her vision. Others believed it had to do with their shared business and how it was being managed after the divorce. The production remained tight-lipped, fueling even more speculation. A few online sources hinted at internal disputes that may have pushed Rebecca to quietly step aside. Some suggested she wanted to preserve her peace and dignity by leaving before tensions escalated. What added to the mystery was Rebecca's complete silence. She never commented publicly about her departure, nor did she share her side of the story. And maybe that's the most telling sign. While others speculated and whispered, she remained focused, perhaps choosing not to feed the rumors. It left a question hanging in the air. Was her exit a quiet rebellion against chaos? In 2017, Drew made headlines for all the wrong reasons. A confrontation at a local pub led to court proceedings, drawing attention he likely didn't want. According to reports, the incident was tied to personal disagreements and communication that had turned tense over time. Though the case resulted in a fine and temporary ban from the pub, it cast a shadow over Drew's usually polished image. A year later, another altercation occurred, earning him a place on the pub watch list, which banned him from every bar in his hometown. While Rebecca had already left the show by then, fans started connecting dots. Some began to believe her quiet departure may have been her way of stepping back from building pressures. It's not confirmed, of course, but timing matters. And the timing suggested that maybe Rebecca left when the environment became harder to work in. Despite all the silence and mystery, one thing is clear. Rebecca Prichard is not someone who needs the spotlight to succeed. Her background in fashion and retail gave her years of experience in spotting trends, understanding design, and working with clients. That foundation never went away. While Drew continued filming, Rebecca reportedly remained involved behind the scenes. She stayed active in the antiques business, just not in front of the camera. Those who've worked with her say she's thoughtful, meticulous, and incredibly knowledgeable. Perhaps walking away was her way of reclaiming control, choosing quality over quantity, no drama, no announcements. Just a quiet shift toward a life that worked better for her. And that takes strength. It's easy to stay where the cameras are. Much harder to leave it all behind and build something away from the crowd. Even though she's no longer a part of Salvage Hunters, Rebecca's influence can still be felt. Her time on the show helped shape its tone, approach, and style. She brought balance and business acumen, helping turn salvaged pieces into valuable finds. Viewers respected her quiet authority. She didn't need to talk loud to be heard. In many ways, Rebecca helped make the show what it was in its prime. Her steady presence gave the series credibility, and her eye for detail ensured that quality never slipped. That kind of legacy doesn't fade just because the screen goes dark. Fans still talk about her, still wonder what she's up to, still miss her presence. And maybe that's the mark of real influence. Not just being seen, but being remembered for what you added. Fame looks glamorous from the outside, but it often comes with pressure few people see. For Rebecca, the decision to step away might not have been a tragedy at all, but a step toward freedom. The world watched as she built a name alongside Drew. But maybe she realized it was time to rebuild her life, her way, without scripts, without cameras, without constant attention. And that's something to admire. Sometimes the most powerful decisions are the ones made quietly. And perhaps that's the real story here. Not what she left behind, but what she chose to protect. Her story isn't over. It's just unfolding away from the lens. Rebecca's silence speaks volumes. Was it a quiet escape from rising tension? A thoughtful move toward a peaceful life? Or simply a personal choice to step back and focus on what mattered most? We may never get all the answers, but her impact is undeniable. What do you think really happened behind the scenes? Do you believe she'll ever return to television? Or has she closed that chapter for good? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you're curious about Drew's journey since Rebecca left, don't miss our next video. The story continues.